Hello, everyone. Welcome to Mo We Talk. We talk football. Yeah, my apologies. I wanted to upload the video yesterday, but I couldn't. Happy Easter to everyone celebrating. Hope you had a lovely one. I know I did, and that was one part of the reason why I could not upload a video. I was super busy and it was just impossible for me to upload a video. However, I was able to catch a glimpse of the game, or not more than glimpses. I had a handful watching the game, and the first half, I'm going to sound like I'm repeating myself once again. The first half was dog poop. That was the first half. Chelsea Football Club served out dog poop and gave it to us, the fans, and say, "Here, cheer, clap for dog poop." It was terrible. It was terrible. It was terrible. And the moment the goal went in, I just switched off my device. I don't know, something just came over me. I just put it on and I was like, because I just have to put out a review about the game, I just had to put it back on. But once the goal the moment the goal went in, I just switched it off. I just switched it. I was so upset. After a while, I told myself, why are you even getting upset? It's not like as if you expected anything different. I actually did expect us to lose or drop points in this game, but to my surprise, the second half came, and to be honest, I hear a lot of people saying the second half they were much better. They weren't really much better. They just weren't nonchalant as before. I wouldn't really say they improved per se, but they just weren't as nonchalant. But take nothing away from the individual performances, that's from the goal scorers, but certain players were just not it. And I see a lot of people just blaming the coach. We should also hold the players accountable. Let's be fair here. As much as you want to blame the coach, hold the players accountable. Because these guys are also members of the club. They are workers of the club. They play for the club. They have contract with the club. So they owe the club a responsibility. So we also should hold them accountable for poor performances, poor results. Yeah, it's not just the coach. The fans were getting in on Maresca, calling him all sorts of names, and I get that. Like I said in my previous videos, fans are allowed to be fans. Let them react the way they feel. If not, what's the whole point of it? So we leave that. Reece James, brother was not at his best. He was not at his best. As much as we love Reece James, he's one of our own, elite, world class, when he's in form, but he was not good. He was not good. In fact, it was a blunder that he made that led to the goal scored by Iwobi. Beautiful strike, by the way. Beautiful strike. But what else can I say? Our defense, they're bums. Generally, nothing has changed. They're all bozos. Nothing really has changed. The midfield was not great, but I don't know if you catch my drift. Just, I wouldn't really say average, but not terrible. Yeah. As for the attack was terrible. In fact, it's the attack that's one of the reasons that even pushed me out to make this video, because I've seen that Enzo Fernandez they've just put out a stat about him saying that he has created the most chances from open play in the Premier League. Do you know what that means? For him to create the most chances from open play in the whole Premier League, that only goes to show, and given our the goals that we've scored, and where we are on the table, it only goes to show just how bad the attack has been. Pedro Neto too, even Cole Palmer. As bad as we say he is, Cole Palmer has created chances. But because the attack constantly keeps letting these chances slip, and I'm talking to you, Nicholas Jackson, because you are the kingpin of the attack. Your ball awareness has just, well, what am I saying? It's never been great. It's never been great, but it's gone from average to terrible. They cross the ball. My man is nowhere to be found in the box. It was just terrible. Even Pedro Neto, he wasn't great either, especially in the first half. Fulham goes 1-up and we're like, oh, here we go again. Just another nail in the coffin. The second half, fair play to them. I wouldn't really say they got better, but they just weren't as nonchalant like compared to the first half. The second half was pretty much that, as I said. And Enzo Maresca makes a change. He brings in Tariq George, and Tariq George comes in, as Johnny Minerals will say, Cobham, proper Chelsea, one of our own. He comes in and he puts in a shift. In fact, he was the needle mover for that entire game. If it wasn't for him, that game probably wouldn't have ended the way it ended. Shout out to him. A cross comes in, drops for Cole Palmer, but quickly hits, taken away from him, and it lands at the feet of Tariq George. And Tariq George, you know what they call when they say instinctive? It was instinct, pure instinct. Jackson, take note. That is what it means to be an attacker. It should come naturally to you. Instinct. What you thinking, the ball comes in, the first thing you're thinking is attack. Not take one touch, not take two touches, or that extra touch that always makes you, that eludes, that one touch that makes you the attack or goal scoring chances elude you. Fair play. Tariq George takes the shot, one time hit, and it goes in. 1-1. Game on. The game continues to drag and drag. Sancho comes in, and fair play to Sancho. Sancho wasn't looking as touch and go as he usually does, or if he runs into what looks like a wall, he runs back. Sancho was actually trying to take on players and trying to be direct, kind of like Madueke in a way. And fair play to him. And speaking of Sancho, apparently that game, the result of the game now has kicked in the obligation, because the contract agreement was that if we can secure anything above 15th position in the Premier League, and now that mathematically we cannot go below that, the obligation has kicked in now. It's kicked in. However, Blue Coat decides to play it, it's up to them. If they're keeping him, if they're sending him back at a penalty, it's up to them. Sancho, he did well. He was quite direct. I applaud him. And the second goal, which I must say, in fact, I have to applaud it. It just gave me the Drogba vibes, especially for the young fans who didn't get the opportunity to experience those days. Oh my God, it just gave me Drogba vibes. Ball comes in, he's back to goal, and he just turns and whips it in. According to Neto, he said that because he actually did have a chance earlier on, which caused a beautiful save on the Fulham goalkeeper. So he said that he decided to put in more power into this. And look at the beauty. You see what happens when you just hit the ball. Don't wait for that screensaver goal where you can pass the ball into the net. And this constant crossing with an absent Jackson, it don't work. Fair play to him. spins around and roundhouses the ball, and the ball goes right in. The keeper probably would have saved that, but because of the sheer force of that shot, it went in. It was a beautiful goal. It just made me reminisce of those good old days. Yeah, fair play, and that was it. The game turned on its head, and the comeback, the remontada, was complete. And that was how Chelsea took the game, took all 3 points. And all I can just say is, guys, yes, I get it. We have 3 points. It was a good game. But don't get over yourselves. Don't get ahead of yourselves here. The time we should have actually saved our skin in terms of Champions League qualification was Brentford and Ipswich. Those were the games. Because if we had taken all 3 points from those games, judging the fixture lists that we have ahead of us, that would have put us in a more commanding position. But right now, where we are is we're in such a pickle right now that we have to rely on other teams' results. And I always tell people, whenever you find yourself in that kind of situation, don't consider yourself solid, foolproof, guaranteed to win. In fact, rule yourselves out of it. Because on one hand, we have to rely on other teams' results. On the other hand, we also have to pick up points, which we haven't been consistently doing lately. So that's the problem. Don't get ahead of yourselves. I still say that the Champions League is gone. Just like Eunice Talks Football says. The Champions League, to me, it's gone. Let's just play what we can. Miracles can still happen. Yes, we can still qualify, but I wouldn't get ahead of myself right now and say, hey, we've qualified, or start looking at the table and start biting my finger. Don't hold your breaths. That's all I'm trying to say. Don't hold your breath. All right? So we'll just watch and see how it goes. Okay? And one more thing I just want to touch. These players, if you could only just focus on your game. Don't do too much talking. Especially, I see Levi Colwell talking a lot online after the game. Talk less. Talk more on the pitch. Play like you want it. Play like you need this. You get. So that's all I'm going to say for now. Happy Easter, everyone. Hope you're having a lovely one. And to those who aren't celebrating, have a lovely day. I'll see you guys in another one. Take care and God bless.